Good morning, friends. We're on day 28 of our Sprightly journal, and we're talking about eating smaller portions and how sometimes that can be a little challenging, or sometimes we try to like cut out a food altogether instead of giving ourselves permission to eat a smaller portion. And then I don't know about you, but for me, when I cut something out, sometimes I overdo it then, not always, but I can never have that. So I'm just going to eat a lot of it and then I don't feel well. So it's better to just almost knocked everything over on my desk. Anyway, it's better for us to maybe give ourselves permission to eat a smaller portion of that thing, like a dessert. So if we can split a dessert with a friend, or Melanie and I've talked about how just like a little piece of like a Dove chocolate will satisfy us. We don't need a whole big candy bar. We don't need, a big dessert. And it can be other things as well. So and maybe if we don't need that thing at all, we try to call a friend, take a walk, journal. Maybe it's hard to eat a small portion. Because I know for me, like with chips, it's really hard for me to eat a small portion. So unless I can get a small like snack bag of it, and then I can do it. And so that's usually what I'll do if I have a craving. If I buy a bag of chips, there's no way I'm taking a handful out and that chip bag is done. Once in a while I can do it, but it calls me back again and again. So I'll think, oh, good, I did it. I took a handful of chips and put the bag back. And then a couple hours later, I'm like, ooh, that empty bag, that open bag of chips is in there, and I'll have another handful. So we have to know our trigger foods too, and how to manage those things.
Yeah. The other thing for smaller portions is sometimes if you go out to eat and maybe there's two things on the menu that you really want, and maybe somebody else with you is kind of thinking about those same two. We've even done that where you kind of split, or we've even split meals where, I mean, a lot of times when you go out, there's a lot of food. So even sharing with somebody else can be a good way to have smaller portions, but or taking half of it home. I know there's like, if I go to the Olive Garden, I absolutely love their eggplant Parmesan, but there's no way I can eat all of that. And instead of getting the pasta, I usually substitute broccoli. But if I go in knowing that I'm taking half of that home, first of all, it's something to look forward to another day, which I absolutely love. But there are different ways to get around it. So sometimes it's just creative thinking. Again, that's here.
Yeah, mental. Yeah, I was thinking that too about the taking it home, because that's a treat. If you can have a meal you love 2 times, that's awesome. And I love knowing that I have leftovers for the next day. I get to do it twice, have a favorite meal twice. So yeah, it is though. A lot of it's mental, and deciding that before you go in and just knowing I'm only going to eat half, because we push ourselves past our, whatever, being satisfied point, whatever I'm trying to say, but until we're stopped and we're like, why, I've done that. And then I'm like, darn it, I should have split that meal and I could have fully enjoyed it 2 times instead of now I'm like, don't even feel good.
Yeah, because halfway through, I might be like, oh, you know what, I could eat more. The question that I ask myself is, though, do I need more?
Right.
Because what happens is if I decide that I'm going to eat it, then I do. I get halfway through the other half and it's not enough to take home. And I hate to leave food. I just hate to leave food. So guess what?
So we eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that too. So yeah. So tell us your tricks too, or whatever, if they're not tricks, but how you maybe eat smaller portions and some of your favorite ways to do that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.